Generic greetings and welcome to Prison Tycoon under new management. Today's beverage is a quite refreshing green tea with a hint of citrus, very nice indeed. So Prison Tycoon under new management is, as you may surmise from the title, a tycoon game about building and managing a prison. And obviously I have a lot of previous in that regard, so I thought I would check this thing out, and I've done so and played it for about an hour and a half. So still a first impressions only, but enough to get the basics of the game down and enough to show you some of what the game has to offer. This is approaching the subject matter with a lot more satire and a more tongue-in-cheek way than perhaps other prison building games, so it's more light-hearted, and that may be a positive for some. And although it's in early access, specifically version 0.9.1.8 as shown on the bottom there for this build, it's not necessarily feature complete, but it's more of a beta rather than they're still trying to figure out what the game is and have loads of stuff to add. So obviously there's going to be bugs to squish, polish to add, and indeed a couple of mechanics to sort out. But as far as I'm aware, it is very playable, and there's enough here for you to get something out of it. Either way, I'm going to jump in and show you a little bit of it. I've not played any of the other Prison Tycoon games, but I'm aware of them. Henceforth, I'll just be calling this Prison Tycoon and dropping the under new management because it's just a bit shorter, but you know I'm referring to this game, unless I specifically say otherwise. And I think with all that said and done, let's just jump in and show you a bit of it. So over to new game, and you've got different biomes. So you've got like your standard boreal forest, and then tundra, desert, swamp, tropical. Swamp's the one I'm most interested in, but we're going to stick with basics for now. So I mean, if you go over to tundra, for example, it says the snow-covered steppe landscapes offer better conditions for preserving food, making such supplies cheaper. On the other hand, energy is more expensive, and your prisons may catch cold more often. Sorry, prisoners. So yeah, it's got weather and temperature and heat and all of that sort of thing in the game. Anyway, we're just going to go with standard and play that, and we'll just have it as generic correctional facility version 1. And okay, and we'll load this one up. And we can see there's a prisoner doing some floor downs there, and that's working off for them quite nicely. This is security cam footage by the look of it as well, just on the side there. So anyway, we into the game, and I'm just going to pause it for a moment. Quick rundown of the UI. All of the building options at the top here, as well as hiring and firing, and the readouts for your prisoners, your staff, economy, etc. Top right shows us our resources and our prestige level. As you build, your prestige will go up, which unlocks more things in the prison. We've got things like our generic units of currency. Currently we're on 89,250. Your power, water, food and medicine. Obviously the options button. Bottom left is your overlays, so your energy view and your guard view and temperature and such, things like that. And then time controls on the bottom right, and something that I think is brilliant but absolutely useless, but I'm going to come to that later on. It's called the PA system, and it's so good. So we'll get onto that later. So this is the entrance to our prison. We don't build that. It's already set in place. So we've got this road going past, and actually these rail lines, which is interesting. I don't know why they're in there, but I mean, nothing wrong with having a bit of rail there. So over this is our prison. We've got like an underground car park here where all the staff come out this door, I believe. Yeah, that's at the parking entrance. And then the main entrance to the facility, which is currently guarded by, well, cardboard cutouts. It's like those security staff members you see like sort of stuck on the side of a shop when you go in. It says, "We are watching you." What, really? They're watching and judging the cardboard cutout? Anyway, so we've got that in there, and prisoners will turn up. We have our grants on course on the top right. Currently it says 3 of 23, and we can also check the grants up the top here, but it says build a common building, build 2 cell blocks, increase the prison population. So we're going to do that. So we're going to build a basic cell block. So I'm going to go over to our build and then create building. You don't build walls and then the flooring and the foundations. You simply place a building and the door, and then you build the rooms inside it, which is a lot simpler, but also, quite honestly, it's very restrictive at times as well. But we'll get onto that later on. So I'm going to build this at, say, 16 by, 16 by this long, just as long as I can actually build this thing. In fact, no, we're going to make it a 20 by 32 because why not? And there we go, that gets placed. And then we'll place a door roughly in the middle, which is about there. And then we need to connect it to the power. So all of this is done automatically. I'm not selecting this and having to work it myself. It's just, yeah, now that that's in place, it's job done. So it shows now common building. It shows a common construction that provides a buildable space. So it has its status, which is leveled in, it says cleanliness level as well as the temperature. Climatization, it says the feature is in early access period. So yeah, we understand that's not there. You've got your energy, where it says connected and how much it's going to use, and the actions, like if it needs to be cleaned or you need to edit the room and things like that. But we're not going to touch on that one. And then it says insertable rooms, and there's all the rooms we can have. Some of them are locked behind the prestige level, as I mentioned earlier, but we're just going to go for cell blocks. And the cell block I'm going to make as, quite frankly, just that big there. It's going to be an 8x4, and then we place that there, and then again it's going to say, right, now place the door, so I'm going to place the door in there, and then we've got a bed which you can place at the back there, and then finally a toilet which we can rotate happily and then place there, and then we need again to connect that to the power, so I'm just going to run it along like that. You can place the power if you wanted to as well, so I think you can go to build and then to, where is it? I think you can place power manually. Does it have to be an energy view? Anyway, it matters not. So that's now in. And it says, obviously, no prisoner assigned. We will click on this again and go to cell block. You can either click on the building itself and it'll open the insertable rooms, or you can go to building and then essential and then a cell block as well. So we're just going to place this in here. Sadly, there are no quick build options and no cloning as far as I can tell, which is a big negative, especially when you have to make this thing again. It's quite time consuming. So that is, let's say, a bit of a mark against it there. We're going to put some extra stuff in here as well, which costs money, but hopefully it will be better. It says, an opening on the wall allows light and fresh air to pass through. It says maintained by someone, that's the maintenance people, and it increases the prestige as well. We've also got things like a cell desk, so it's a simple table with a comfortable chair. Like I say, it would be nice to be able to click on this and then just go clone, but as far as I can tell, that isn't in the game. But that's there now, so that's pretty good. It's now also asking us to increase the prison population to 2. Well, we've got 2 of these in here. We need to build 1 divan therapy room and do rehab. The game is very much focused on rehab, which I think is a very sensible decision. However, when we go to therapy rooms, you can see there's loads of therapy rooms, and it starts going immediately into the very silly levels of, well, air quotes, therapy. Treatment, I think we can probably class it as rather than therapy. Things like, well, that's a hologram room. That's a Tesla room. That's the zero gravity room. So yeah, we're looking at the sort of late noughties, early 2000s bullfrog level of bullfrog approach here, which isn't all bad. Anyway, I'm going to go to create building again, and I'm going to go for probably the divan therapy room. So I'm just going to place it on the edge here, and again I'm just going to build it quite large. Actually, I don't want to build it that large. I think I want to build it maybe up to maybe there. That should suffice, and then we'll have an entrance in here, and then we'll just connect the power up like so. So that's all connected, and then we're going to have our therapy room here. So we've got, where we got amenities, staff room, where is it? So it'll be in here somewhere. There it is there. That's a divan therapy. Now this is, like, say, where it gets restrictive, because I want to say build all here. You can't, because the doors overlap. So I have to build a separate room, which I'm not a big fan of. So we're going to have like a huge area like here, which doesn't actually have a purpose unless I can edit it later on. I will try though. We're going to rotate that round, and we'll have the desk in there, and then we've got this divan, which I'm just going to place in there as well. This is probably a little bit too large. Let me just go over to actions and then to edit, and can I do that? Yes, I can. So that's actually helping us out, but we've still got a chunk over there that doesn't really do anything, which is a shame. Anyway, the divan, I think what I'm going to do is move our desk. You can just click and hold here like that and drag it around, and it goes into the build menu. So click and drag. You have to keep holding left click, which there you are. And then with divan, I'm going to place in there, and now I'm going to place even more. So I'm going to put 1 in here, then 1 in here, and we'll also place some windows in as well. So we'll have 1 in, say, there, and opposite, and maybe 1 either side as well. There we go. Not being too precious on exactly where it goes. You can also go for, where is it, in indoor, and you can buy things like fire extinguishers and bins. Actually, we do probably want a couple of rubbish bins in place. So we'll have 1 probably in here. We'll have some around here, but we'll do that later on. So anyway, that's now in, and what I'm going to do is unpause it here, and I do need to assign some people. Well, actually, I need to get some people first. So over to staff members, and, oh no, my mistake, hiring first, and then guards, and we can see each person has a name. So we've got this person here, so that's Hakeem, age 39, they're a guard, efficiency is middling, salaries 480 generic units of currency a month, and it costs $3 grand to hire them. So I'm just going to go down the list, and I'm just trying to find someone who is obviously quite inexpensive but also quite good at their job, which is the more diplomatic way of saying someone who is cheap but someone who we can rely on. And I think probably that one. There we go. That's 2 people. That's okay. Job done. So back over to our staff here. We're going to get a maintenance. So, bus full of prisoners has just arrived. There we go. And we're going to get a therapist as well. So, just working our way through. and they're quite good as well. And there we are. So we now have a therapist, we now have some guards, and we have a maintenance person as well. And we now have also a prisoner. So with any staff member or prisoner, you can click on them. Hang on, there we go, and it shows you their name. So this is Ewan, or Ewan, yeah, Ewan, age 39. Loves. He tried to steal from the moon. No, my mistake. He tried to steal the moon, but luckily failed terribly. He loves poetry, and now he doesn't have much money to lose. So, you can see they have, like, the assigned cell. Currently, they're not assigned. I'll do that in a moment. And same as disorders, they currently have no assigned treatment. So, again, it prioritizes treatment right from the get-go, this game. You have their overall happiness, their health, and their conflictivity. So, how aggressive they're going to be. And it shows their evaluation as well. So, the months in prison, how many fights they've had. And you can schedule a parole as well once they've got to this point here, their sentence. And a log to see what happens. So, this person is now wandering around in this holding cell. I'm going to pick them up, and this is where we have to manually operate things and then drop them into that cell. So they've been assigned to that cell. I'm going to do the same thing over to this area here. So this is our divan therapy area, and you can see it says slightly effective to treat, and it has all those symbols. Basically, the divan therapy room is your generic therapy room for treating everything. It's not great at anything, it's not rubbish at anything, it's just okay. So you've got like alcoholism, fighting, gambling, things like that. And I'm guessing there's a cultist, and I think there was like fire starting there. So there you are. So we now have that person, and they are going to crack on with the therapy there. So hopefully they will get treated, and that is one of our grants as well. Anyway, it does say it requires a restroom, and also we'll need a restroom, and we'll need a let's have a quick look. Click on here. We've got a restroom and a shower, and I'm going to build it in here. Specifically, I'm going to build the showers on this side and perhaps the restroom on the other side. Although, do I want to have cells going along here? I think, actually, you know what? Cells all along there, cells along here, and then this area can be for the restroom and the shower. So we've got, what sort of size are we talking here? We've got 16, so I can probably have it at that size, and that will be enough for our restroom, I think, for this size of facility. And then we'll just connect that up like so, and I'm going to do a little bit extra. 1, 2, 3. Can we not fit that in there? Really? Yes, we can. Good. Okay. So we've got that in there. And again, you notice we've got like waste paper baskets and bins. We're just going to place a bin in there. And that is our restroom. So job done. We'll also build a shower, which again is going to be a similar size. So we'll have that there. And then the shower cubicles are very similar. So they're just like similar to those ones there. 1, 2. Oh, a new prestige level. You've reached prestige level 2. You have unlocked the following rooms: gym, library, art therapy, reading therapy, virtual reality therapy, zero gravity therapy, Tesla, dancing. Yeah, there's a lot of therapy in this one. Yeah, like I said, it does focus on that treatment. So, place another bin in here. I think we get a... Do we get money? Yeah, we're getting money because you get 3 bins, and that's alright. Anyway, so having a quick look around. Can't see anything else going on or anything untoward. Don't know where our prisoner is. I'm just going to have a spin around. I cannot see the prisoner. Let me double check up here. Oh, he's there. He was blending in with the with the divan. That's why I couldn't see them there. I think we should probably place some pathing, because why not? So over to building, down to pavements and paths, and we're going to use this tile path here. So from this area, it's going to go across. No, it's going to go down here. And we're going to run tiles like that, and then spin it around and tiles across there. And because we can, I'm going to run it straight across, and then this central bit will become a lovely flower garden, because we do have outdoor and access to things like... Do we have a shed? Oh, we don't have a shed. That's level 3. But we can place things like these garden bushes here, which provide like decent opportunities for therapy, I think. So we'll place a couple of those in, why not? And we'll wait to other stuff to level. Oh, we'll need a gardener, actually. So over to our hiring gardener, and then we've got... just checking the salaries. Doesn't really matter. Vendor. There we go. We'll get you. And there we are. So we now have a gardener. In terms of our prison policies, you can see we do have policies here. So it's a lot cut down as opposed to, as I say, other prison building games, and when I say that, you know I'm mainly talking about Prison Architect, because that's my main experience, but you've got, like say, decent options, so you can start, whoops, that's not where I want to go. You've got things like cell opening hours, meal times, lockdown hours at night, visiting hours, etc. All of this is in there, same for staff options as well, so when they can rest, although at the moment they can't do anything, and, yes, so we've now got the PA system, so I'm going to touch on that now. Now, this is one of those features that is completely and utterly pointless, but the game would be a lot less without it, I believe, because it adds so much flavour. So we can actually record our own message. Now, I'm assuming it's got my correct microphone. Let me just double check here. In audio, it is, yes, it is the studio mic I'm using now. So if I press and hold that, we can record a message. So, testing, testing, does this work? Testing, testing, does this work? It does work. So, we can make messages. Prisoners are reminded not to stab each other constantly. Thank you. Prisoners are reminded not to stab each other constantly. Thank you.
The bus with the new prisoners is here.
Aye, okay, so it's so useless but so fun at the same time. Not only that, but we can record our own message. So we can say, when new prisoners arrive, we can record a custom message. So let's try it. More scum has arrived on the bus. Thank you. More scum has arrived on the bus. Thank you. So we can say recorded or default. So we're going to get that message when people turn up. I shouldn't call them scum because they're not. In fact, what is this person? Tried to set Natural Park on fire. Okay, definitely scum then. I'll go out on a limb and say if you try to set Natural Park on fire, yeah, probably going to go with that. Their disorders are anger disorder and alcoholic disorder. I'm going to put them into therapy straight away. Let's say I don't want to judge them too much, but don't like destruction of wildlife. Not caused any problems, and he'll be forced to take it easy when he's here. Fair enough. So yeah, please don't set the prison on fire. Thank you. Please don't set the prison on fire. Thank you. Simple things amuse simple minds. Okay, so we do have grants on course here for rehab one prisoner, build a dining room, and build a staff room. So this is, as I said, where it goes a bit south, because in order to build that, we have to then create another building, and I can't just tack it on to the edge here. I'd probably have to expand it. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem. I'm going to build like so, and this is going to become our, I think it's going to become our dining room, most likely. So we'll place it in, say, another door there, and we'll connect up the power like so, and that's all done. And in here we want a dining room, so the whole thing is, well, not going to become a dining room. Our minimum size is 12. Okay, so I'm going to have to place it like that. Oh, that's going to be problematic, so I'm going to have to place it like that. So we'll do that with the door there, and it doesn't really matter because I'm going to edit this anyway. So edit and add to that side. There we go, that's a bit better. And I'm going to probably put in the food table in here. I'm just going to rotate it around. That fits in nice there. This can go in here. And then we've got our benches, which we could probably fit a couple of benches next to each other if I was careful. Yes, 2 there, and then say 2 there. Not going to be too precious on the symmetry. Oh, there's also a dining room trolley as well, which I'll place in that corner. So there we go. We now have a dining room. We need a staff room and an infirmary, but we are running out of space. But obviously I can buy space, and I'm going to expand to the back there, and boom! It just slams the wall around the outside. And we're actually destroying farmland and all this lovely foresty area to put all the prisoners in, which seems like bit of a shame, but there you are. Anyway, how are we doing for prisoner space? Not good. Well, we're doing fine. We just don't have a lot of it. As in, we don't have any spare. So I'm going to just keep building here. And this is, as I said, where a clone tool would be very much appreciated. Hopefully, that is, if not planned, something that they want to add sooner rather than later. It'll be that for now, and these cells are going to go to the end and then be on this side. So I think that's enough for that. We do need a staff room and also an infirmary. I am going to Oh, it's 10 grand for that plot, and on 10 grand for that plot. In fact, it's 10 grand for all the plots apart from back there. So I think maybe around here then. So we need a staff room and an infirmary. I'm going to have, I think, the infirmary on this side. Although realistically, what I want to do is mark an area for, let's see, outdoor. What area do we have outdoor? There is a gym. Yeah, we can build a gym if required. Okay, and also, oh, look at that. We've got like a basketball court and a shed as well. Alright, well, we'll build the staff room and go from there, I guess. So over to our building and create building. And we're going to place it a little bit back here on this side because, well, we can. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller simply because I want to have the sort of outdoor area here and just make it a bit different there. So we've got a amenities room and a staff room. This will be all staff rooms. So again, similar to how we've built things previously, that'll go in there, and it doesn't really matter what happens because I'm going to change it up. Actually, you know what? That might be sufficient for our staff room. So I might save a little bit of space here. So let's move things around. So have a nice little table in there. And we also have some windows, one there, one there, one there, and then one in there. Job done. And we've got things like another sofa, which I can place in there, and a happy or work happy poster. We'll place it just above that. Obviously, all of the floor and the walls, that's automatically made. We don't get a choice there. I think we can put some different pavements and paths in, but we are limited in our options, and certainly a lot of it is obviously hidden behind the prestige wall. A couple of things I haven't touched on, and in fact a lot of things I haven't touched on, but you've got climatization, so things like heaters or fans to alter the temperature and heating in the buildings. Obviously we don't need to do that on this map, but other ones you may have to. Security, we have things like a guard tower, which for some reason really lags the game out. So a guard tower, yeah, it just gives you vision. So that's the vision that we have there. If we go over to guard's view, good grief, frame rate absolutely tanks when we do that. Yeah, so we can put that in as well if we need to. Indoor, I've sort of touched on. You've got things like a coffee machine and things. Do we need coffee machines in here maybe? We might actually place in the staff room a couple of coffee machines. We've got a coffee machine. Let me just rotate it around. Coffee machine, drinks machine, and a snack vending machine. Yeah, that's okay, that's good. And you can see the staff members going to go over there. Over to fire extinguisher, and I'm going to place fire extinguishers inside, well, everywhere basically. I think it's a prudent decision. One there, and one in there, and then maybe one in here. So there we are. You can see this thing here, we've got the symbol above it. That means it's getting repaired. Each of them has a cleanliness level, so they have to be all cleaned. I found that even a quite modestly sized prison gets filthy very, very quickly, and I had to hire a lot of staff. I assume that's going to be changed at some point because it did feel a bit off kilter, a little bit off balance. But there you are. Over to pavements and pathing, and then once again paths. And I'm going to run this path down and across and into this area, and then to there, and then I'm going to bring it along. And as I said, this is just going to sort of run along to there, and this is like hopefully going to be where we have like a basketball court or something. I haven't yet decided. We can worry about that later on. In terms of finance, we have a lot less cash than what we started with, but we also have a lot more prison than what we started with as well, so that's okay. In here, what else could we build? Well, we don't need a dining room, we don't need an amenities room or a library, or actually infirmary would be sufficient in here, I think. So we'll put that in this area, so maybe a door there, and then we have like seems to be like a nursing station of some kind, and then the beds as well. So I'll just rotate the beds so they are all there, and up, connected up to power first, and maybe another one. There's only two for now, but can we fit some on the other side? We can. So there we go. That's very small in size. We've got a filing cabinet. I'm not too sure exactly what the building, these extra bits do. It says, used to organise the prison archives, allows staff to work. It increases prestige, I'm guessing. And then things like weighing scales, excels in weighing measurements. So, oh, did I just do that? I think I did. Cancel recording, start again. Anyway, so that's now in, and that should hopefully be sufficient. I'm going to go over to our hiring, over to a medic, and we'll go for you. And there you go. And, oh, we're gaining money as well. Let's have a quick look at our other prisoners here. anger disorder and alcoholic disorder. And disorder's going down there, so that's the Divan therapy. Hopefully, they will be cured. Although, I guess it would be recovering rather than cured. What else do we have? Rehab a prisoner. Buy power, buy water, buy pack of food supplies. So, yes, you do consume this resource and you have to buy it in. You can generate some of it on site. So, for example, I think actually you can generate all of it on site. So, for, I think, where is it? Resource production, you can get... By the look of it, yeah, you can generate electricity, you can gather water, and you have these two buildings here, which is, I believe, a kitchen and a pharmaceutical thing, where you can create the other two things if you want to. But either way, I'm going to just click on these, and I'm going to buy some energy. So I'm going to buy 1,000 unit of energy, which gives us money anyway. Similar thing for water, and there you go. And again for food as well. So I'm just going to buy these. And, you know, we're getting these resources, but we're actually gaining money because we're going through the grants there as well. So very, very forgiving there. Hi everyone, hope everything's okay in the new prison facility. If there's any complaints, then by all means just send a letter and put it in the B1N folder. Thank you.
Hi everyone, hope everything's okay in the new prison facility. If there's any complaints, then by all means just send a letter and put it in the B1N folder.
It amuses me so. Lighting, we haven't actually touched on lighting, but you do have street lights, so we can light the place up if we really wanted to. I don't, because it requires power. So there you are. There's nice little touches as well, like you notice when we press escape there, it just sort of poof and just disappeared from existence. So there's nice little effects and little touches. And just the whole presentation just is very, yeah, very chill and very, let's say, not, I wouldn't say silly, but comical perhaps. Yeah. What else can we put in? Oh, there we go. When it goes dark, all the lights just go on. But again, nice little detail. They all don't go on at once. They all sort of flicker on and then they go light the place up. So what else do we really need? Well, it says rehab prisoner, build an amenities room and increase the prison population with 10 new prisoners. Okay. Well, create building, and I'm going to create a building in here. And that should suffice. This is going to be an amenities room. I'm going to place the... this over to one side and connect that to the power. I'm being very fortunate and everything's connecting up quite nicely. It's not normally like this. This is going to be amenities and I think also visitation. So there is amenities, so we'll place the door in here. And there's not really much in there. We've got it says UFO, obviously that's supposed to be ET. You've got things like a TV, so I'll place a TV in here. And a movie shelf. And, oh, prestige level 3. We now have a pharmacy, romantic visitor centre, and game room and kitchen. And there you go. We've also got things like jukeboxes and better chairs and, yeah. Oh, and plants as well. And also a fish on the wall. I like the way you can put them behind those as well. A lot of games would just ignore that. She's like, nope, you've got one thing there. Tough, doesn't go anywhere else. Have a little window or two. That should be fine. Just going to move this sofa. To maybe put them like sofa there. Seems a bit more forgiving, doesn't it? Put the sofa at the back. And let's go for a visitation. So staff room, game room. Oh, game room will be better. Yeah. Let's put a game room in. And you've got chess. And a blackboard that says total counts donuts eaten 1,295. Is that just today? I hope not. Put a window in, and you've got sweet. We've got games cabinets. That's Galaxy, Cosmo Fighting, and we've already got Infinite Galaxy, so we don't need that. Oh, and there's a poster as well. Don't need any seating. You can see the other stuff we can unlock as well. Don't really want to build much more because it's going to get expensive very fast. I think we should be able to build now. You can see there's little symbols here to show you what we have new as well, but I'm not going to do much there. There we go. Basketball court. I'm going to put a basketball court in. Why not? It's going to go in there. Alright, nice. What else have we got? Prison policy. Start of the day. So I'll tell you what. Start of the day. Wake up! It's time to do prisoner stuff. But, you know, nothing naughty. Thank you!
Wake up! It's time to do prisoner stuff. But, you know, nothing naughty. Thank you!
Alright, lockdown night. Go to bed!
Go to bed!
An escape alarm. Can you not try and escape, please? No, should press record first. Can you not try and escape, please? I mean, we've built a lovely facility for you to stay in, and free meals. So you can't really argue with that. Just don't climb the fence, don't go under. Just chill out. Thanks.
Can you not try and escape, please?
Looks like it's only 9 seconds to shame.
Free meals. You can't really argue with that. Just don't climb the fence.
I like the way it just cuts off.
Go to bed.
If you were marking this thing out of 10, I would genuinely take a point off if that wasn't in or was removed. Go to bed. It, like I say, it just turns me into a child having the option to use that. Anyway, pavement and pathing is all fine. We've got some new options there. What other rooms do we want? We need some more treatment rooms. Like I say, cold therapy. I would prefer the term treatment on this one, especially considering you got like, well, zero gravity and Tesla. It's strange because even though the design of the game is like, you know, it's got this very satirical approach to like the treatment and such, the rest of it, you don't have that. The rest of it seems very sensible. It's only that seems to have this really silly things in it. So I don't know how I feel about that one. Maybe they're going to double down on the really daft stuff later on. Who knows? Anyway, I'm just going to... I thought that was in the wrong place, but it isn't. So we can go to ×3 speed and go to the next day. I think each in-game day, I think it goes through a month, I believe, but we shall see when it gets to 12. You can see all these lock here. All these get locked because of the, well, just the schedule that we have kept as well. So over to the next day. It's currently night, 59 degrees Fahrenheit. What if we can change that to C? There's our monthly report for January 1985. I should point out, yeah, it is in the 80s. And start a new month. And that guy disappears. And this is, yeah, July 1985. So we'll see what the announcement's going to be like. So it starts at, looks to be 7 in the morning. So it's weather. Can we change that? I would much prefer that to be advisors. Oh, there you go. So month, I want day, month, yeah, that's my preferred one in Celsius. Yeah, you can change it. So again, yeah, it's early access, but it's got a lot of things you would actually want. So that's good. And yeah, what else can we place? Well, I mean, rehab prisoner, increase the prison population, rehab 1 prisoner disorder. Okay, curious, it's got that marked twice, slightly different, I guess. I guess in 8 o'clock, is it? We're going to get the prisoners waking up. It says, oh no, it's 9 o'clock for the opening hours. So, just speed up a little bit. Prisoners are currently sleeping. We should probably check them out actually, so there you go. Oh, hang on, straight away. See that apple core? Dirt. Okay, so we need to go to staff, no, hiring, maintenance, and hello. 1 maintenance personnel, 2 maintenance personnel. So we have officially more guards, I think. Yes, we have fewer guards than we do maintenance people. Yeah, I think there's something off with the balance there. We have day-night cycle, as you've clearly seen, and apparently weather, but I've not yet fully experienced it. Although I did load into the swamp map, and it was raining. So, yeah, I guess that's a thing. I don't know if they're going to change the cardboard guys here. I wonder if that's altered it.
Wake up! It's time to do prisoner stuff. But, you know, nothing naughty. Thank you!
Brilliant. And, oh, hang on. Low health. So this guy, for some reason... Why have they got low health? I don't know, but... Micromanage. Over to... Treatment. Treat in the infirmary. Okay, we caught them in time. There's been no tutorial pop-ups, but there is a tutorial system in the game, and it told me pretty much everything I needed to know, so happy with that. So, they've now woken up, so they're going to wander around and do their own thing. Disorder's quite low here for that therapy. Where they're off to. Ah, sitting watching TV. Oh, the TV doesn't come on. That's a shame. It'd be nice if that was animated. And they're off to therapy. So let's see if this goes down. Yes, it does. They're going to be reformed, surely. Hopefully that'll get to 0, and then we'll get rehab.
More scum has arrived on the bus. Thank you.
Right, we've got more people arrived. Good, good. And you see this disorder here is going down, doing divan therapy. Oh, there you go. They have been rehabilitated. You receive 1,462 generic units of currency. Thank you. And there's a new prisoner, which, to be fair, we do have space for them. I don't know if there's a way to turn off the prisoners turning up. I haven't seen it, if there is. Anyway, new prisoner. Who have we got? Daniel, gone to a long fight. A long fight? Right, okay. Professional athlete, even won some medals. Taking care of plants and flowers will make him more respectful of flammable things. Okay, so in there. And also, they have a sociopathic disorder. I'm going to assign them to the divan therapy. But what other therapy would we really want? I mean, ideally we want just a big building, a big therapy building. So along here, like that. With an entrance. I'll have them all over the place, the entrances. And power will go... that'll be fine. And what therapies do we have? Well, we haven't got visitation. We've got divan therapy, art therapy. It shows you what it's good at. So an art therapy is good for alcoholic disorder. Reading therapy is anger. Virtual is sociopathic disorder. Right, we'll do that then. So we'll have it in there. And an entrance. And yep, it is literally the holodeck from from TNG. And is that the control room? That's the control panel. Okay, we'll put the control panel near the door. And there you go. What else can you have? A futuristic pack. Oh, so you've got Tron light cycles. Why was I not informed? You got Jurassic pack. Very close. I see what they've done there. Jurassic pack, futuristic pack. And then that seems to be alien saucer pack, maybe? I don't think I want anything else there. But I do want some fire extinguishers. And we'll have a bin. Oh, there's a recycle bin as well. Nice. And we need... Oh, you need to assign someone that works there. Right, okay, let me do that. So it would be therapist. It looks like they don't have specialities, which is actually something I don't mind.
Hi.
Sometimes simpler is better. What's exclamation mark? Oh, disorder's rehabilitated. Good. And you can see their time. They're sentenced 6 months left. When they get to there, we can put them through parole. The health is low, but they're working on that. We haven't got any solitary. We haven't got any visitation, so I probably want to look at that. So let's go for new rooms. Oh, build an isolation cell as well. So we need to do that at some point. Can we just build it 16 by 16? But then we're not going to be able to build there. So what's the point? 60 by 16. Ideally. Oh, no. It doesn't line up. Shame. Anyway, isolation. Isolation cell block. I mean, could you literally do that? Yeah, you could. Okay. So isolation, you could just have a very small amount of isolation. Yeah, there's no real ideal way to place these without losing a lot of space. It's a shame, that. And it's exactly the same. It's pretty much exactly the same as the other cells. Assign a prisoner to isolation. So can I just pick a prisoner up and assign them? Yeah, so there's an isolation cell. They are temporary assigned to the isolation. I'm going to unassign them because I don't want them there. Oh, it kicks them out as well. It really does. And promoting a staff member. So I'm just going to go through the motions here. Promote. And increases their speed, stamina, and health. But obviously pays more. And, ugh. Look at the state of that desk. That needs cleaning. So I'm going to order cleaning on that. It's automatically done. But you do need to keep an eye on some things. And there's a prisoner going to get their meals. So, rehab 5 prisoners, 1 of 5. Grant paroles 3 of 0, and increase the population. Yeah. Well, we do need visitation. I don't think visitation in this room would really be the right course of action, would it? To be honest. But I don't know where else I could put it. But I don't think I really need to really go any further than that. That's Prison Tycoon under new management. So far then, I'm quite excited. It's at the moment anyway, fairly simple but fairly fun, very fun actually. Yeah, the overall approach to the theme I do find quite endearing. It's got the humorous touches. It could be done so wrong. You know, a lot of contemporaries, you know, it's treating it as a serious subject, which it is. But this is treated with, like, say, a more tongue-in-cheek, satirical view. But so far, apart from my announcements, not demeaning, which I think is the right balance. Calling them scum when they arrive on the bus, yeah, that was probably not a great touch by myself, but all in jest, obviously. But yeah, overall, quite like what I see. Obviously, there's more things to add, chop, and change. Things I don't like, building. It's really a damning thing to say about a game that you have to build a lot of, but the fixed rooms, I on paper, it sounds fine, but you really have to work around things like this. You know, you got a lot of wasted space, and yeah.
More scum has arrived on the bus. Thank you.
There we go. But yeah, I think I need some tweaking. I do. It's fine. You know, it's simple and it does work, but it also seems to be quite limiting. Cloning as well. Being able to clone this entire room, move it along, that would be brilliant. Actions, it's sell or edit. If there is a cloning way, then, you know, I take that back. Would be very much like to see cloning. If there isn't in the game, then yeah, very much would want that. I don't mind the micromanagement of the prisoners as well, reading them and checking them out and what they do and seeing what the disorders are, assigning them, all that sort of thing I don't mind, although I can imagine towards a bigger prison, yeah, it might become somewhat annoying, but I haven't got there yet. In terms of events, I've had escapes, but I've not had any other, like, major problems, so I assuming, well, there'll be fighting, there'll be fires, that's why I'm putting fire extinguishers, but that'll be as you progress on. So all of that at the moment is something I can't comment on, but if it's in the same sort of fashion as the rest of it, then I can't imagine it to be any big problem, although, you know, we'll have to see about that as we get later on into the game. But overall, first impressions, like I say, are mainly positive. Would hope to see changes, definitely improvements to the building. I don't know what those would be in terms of maybe giving you more options for walls or more leeway in what you can play in the player you have with this. So, you know, maybe just have it at slightly different sizes or whatever. Just, you know, at the moment, it's just not quite there for the building part of it. But I don't think it's a guaranteed deal breaker. I just think if I have to build all of these again and down here, it's going to get very old very quickly. And let's say the way you have to put these in is sometimes a bit annoying. Like that there, that's just a dead space. There's no point in it. You can't go, for example, you can't go from a kitchen into a canteen. If you were going to put those next to each other, that'd be different buildings. So yeah, it is what it is. Either way, if you like what you see, then by all means check the link out in the description. Hopefully, as I said, this being in early access, a lot of these little problems can be sort of ironed out and such and changed. So hopefully we will see that. What the game has to offer in the future, or what it's promising, I really have no idea. As always, links will be in the description, so you can check out the store page and what is planned for it. But overall, like I said, it's fairly fun and something I will be putting a bit more time into, just perhaps after a couple of patches. I think that's fair. It does seem to be a bit off as well with the cleaning, the amount of cleaners I had to have, especially in a save that's lots more mature than this, was quite ridiculous. But either way, that's a bit of Prison Tycoon under new management. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you want to see more, then by all means let me know. If you have any comments for how we could have built differently, or what you would like to see in the game personally, any feedback for the developers, then by all means, it's you know, constructive criticism, put them in the comments and we'll go from there.
Anyway, we're going to leave it there for now. Hope you have enjoyed it. Comment in the comments. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and generic partings. Still the best speech.